fruit faces, Hey fruit faces, it is KlaireeBerry, and I just want to talk with you guys right now a little bit about inflammation. Inflammation is something that I think is highly misunderstood. You'll go look up, basic search on inflammation is going to show you a lot of varied types of sources saying, look at these types of foods, these are better than the others, these are better than the others, but there's a lot of misinformation because people will kind of, pick and choose what type of a list they're going to use. They're not going in and taking like the actual top foods that are from the lists that people have, that scientists have made regarding the IF factor. There's other types of lists. There's some other ones that are called something else, and I've looked at a variety of these. And inflammation is one of those things like your body can handle a little bit of it. All foods really do, at some level, produce like some inflammation in a way, but then some have other properties that balance that out. So, and some inflammation is good for our bodies, not really dietary inflammation, but I just wanted to kind of clarify because, inflammation is a huge keyword right now. You're hearing a lot about a lot of autoimmune disorders that are, related to inflammation. And then you're also probably hearing the fact that inflammation is really connected to a lot of diseases, and they really have connected it to cardiovascular disease, of which heart disease and stroke are the top two killers, and that's one of the top things that inflammation is connected to. Then you have diabetic complications, cancer, neurological disorders, pulmonary diseases, bone and joint diseases, chronic inflammatory diseases, any metabolic and endocrine disorders, and like I said, autoimmune disorders. So something that obviously affects us all in one way, shape, or form. Your chances of getting cancer and or heart disease in this country are really high because those are our top killers. And like I said, with stroke, especially combining with stroke into vascular diseases. But I just wanted to talk about this. I mean, obviously, at the top of your anti-inflammatory list is going to be foods like chili peppers and garlic powder, cayenne, ginger, turmeric, onion powder, curry, things like this. But there's kind of a little bit of misconceptions, I think, about what are some of the absolute worst. And, I'm not going to get into cases of, okay, this is the absolute worst, this is the absolute best. If you wanted to look at some of the worst, the lowest ranking foods, because they rank these like chili powder and garlic powder, those are somewhere you're looking at a score of like 50,000. Okay, so those are extremely anti-inflammatory. Okay, so when you're looking at, if you look at this, actually, most of what's on here at the very bottom of this, it's like chicken hearts, beef variety meat, pancreas, organs. Sugarless chewing gum actually is very inflammatory. But I just wanted to compare a few things just for the sake of an applicable, diet. Not looking at, because a lot of these like chicken hearts and things like this, and even things that are on the best side of it, people don't really eat these things. So I wanted to look at what people are actually really eating and just kind of decipher this, because a lot of people are under the misconception, a lot of keto people and paleo people are under the misconception that only, high in starch foods, high in sugar foods, these are your foods that are causing inflammation, that are causing cancer, causing heart disease, which is absolutely ludicrous. But they're using this as they're having this in their minds because of what they're finding, because it's not really easy, when you first look up inflammation and anti-inflammatory foods, to get a good list. You really have to dig and search correctly to get a ranked order of things. And even this is not going to be, end all be all. You're going to have a lot of quality issues. You're going to have cooking issues. And you're also going to have food combining issues that are going to actually change the amounts of these anti-inflammatory or of this ranking system. So keep that in mind as well. But like I said, the paleo people are under the misconception that eating meat is like so anti-inflammatory and it's so much better than eating a lot of other things. And I just want to tell you, if you are under the impression that a lot of, your average meat products are way better than a lot of, say, candies, you would actually be mistaken. So I encourage you to look this up. Look up, think about what 200 calories of chili powder would look like. It's not relatable. It's not doable. But when you look at foods like roast turkey is at negative 280. Lower the number, the worse it's going to be. So again, syrup is this dietetic syrup. Low calorie, low sugar is actually negative 974 on the inflammatory scale. So that means it's the worst food that they have listed here. People, I don't know if they would think that. I think people would think that sugar, the way that everybody talks about sugar these days, people would probably think that, like regular sugar, like maple syrup or something would be worse. But it's definitely not that bad. Maple syrup's negative 247. But let's compare that to, again, roast turkey, dark meat, light meat, whatever. Actually, maple syrup is less inflammatory because it's negative 247 versus 280. Okay? Also, keep in mind that this is for a 200 calorie serving of maple syrup. So that's also going to lower what you're, talking about. And that's how they skew this stuff to give these foods a bad rap. So pan-fried steak, for one, negative 366 on the scale. That is very inflammatory, okay? People are sitting here shoveling this stuff in, acting like it's going to be better for them. No, again, sorbitol candy is one of the worst at negative 400. Pork spare ribs, negative 402. Like I said, steak, negative 365. Gumdrops, you would think that would be worse than meat, right? No. Gumdrops, negative 271. Okay, powdered sugar, negative 270. Hard candy, jelly beans, brown sugar, right all around the same area. Okay, frosting, negative 266. McDonald's honey, negative 254. Okay, regular honey, negative 245. Eggs, negative 200s. Okay, scrambled eggs at fast food restaurant, negative 187. Like I said, spare ribs already, negative 402. Cured ham, negative 193. Coconut oil, people also think this is a healthy food. And, again, your inflammatory, this is obviously not the end-all be-all of what is a healthy food or not, but if you're eating a paleo diet, if you're eating a keto diet, what you're doing is eating only these types of foods. So you're eating, bacon may only have 28. So technically that's slightly anti-inflammatory. Bologna is only 36. Bratwurst, a lot of beef products, regular beef products, 50s to 30s. So, that would be worse than like total cornflakes, which are negative 129, or Cheerios, which are like 74. But that doesn't necessarily mean you do have to consider a lot of other factors. But when you consider in the factors that meat and dairy and eggs, they have no antioxidants, they have no fiber, and a lot of these nutrients are lower than people think. There's a lot of pesticides, and all of this stuff adds up. I've done whole videos on all of the nasty things that are in meat. When you add it all together and realize that they're really inflammatory foods, then you can sort of start to put the picture together. And I just wanted to kind of update people on what I've been learning about and sharing this with people, because it's important for vegans too to really stay educated so that they can stand their ground and help to enlighten people and turn people over to the light side. So just remember, and even like whipped cream, you would think, oh, you're adding sugar to, it's 169. So eggs are more inflammatory. Steak is, double the inflammation. So the next time somebody tells you, oh my gosh, sugar is so inflammatory, you can tell them like even powdered sugar, frosting, hard candy, jelly beans, for crying out loud, are less inflammatory than a steak, than a spare ribs. And that's only 200 calories worth. So how are you going to eat 200 calories worth of gumdrops? I mean, that's crazy. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to share. Let me know what you guys think. Does this sway your opinions at all? Did you already know all this information? Let me know. And let me know, any other videos you'd like to see from me, any other topics you'd like me to cover. Don't forget to check me out. Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Pinterest, and KlaireeBerry.com. Take care. Don't forget to eat your fruit. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.